Shalom.
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 Awesome. Welcome to Voice of a Watchman tonight. We want to give all praises to the Most High. Ahayah by Yashayah, and the beautiful Holy Spirit, which is feminine gender, Rahu Kadash. This is my son Josh, our teacher, and my wife's here, and my brother-in-law Tony. Say shalom.
Shalom.
And we say shalom to all our brothers and sisters out in this world that is, I believe, is spinning totally out of control. And we thank the Holy Spirit for giving us the opportunity to reach the true tribes of Israel in these last days. I want to say also tonight that we're almost on 5 years now, and it's amazing how fast the 5 years went, huh, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to thank the Most High again tonight for everything He's doing for us, and the camps and GOCC who are really trying to bring the word with clarity and truth and understanding and knowledge. And we thank you for Brother Hernando in Cleveland and Brother Dennis in Lauderdale. We got to know them very well. They listen to our ministry quite often, and we have really exploded the last 2 or 3 months in viewers, and we're really happy about that. That there are people out there that want the truth, they want understanding, and we're thankful to the Most High tonight, right, Josh? That we're being used, in this way. So we just thank you again, and this is our Sabbath. This is Saturday night. It really ends when it gets dark, but we're going on a little later tonight. So, stay tuned if you can. You can always pick us up later. Something happened with our website page. Someone changed it. I know we didn't. So if you're trying to find us and you can't, it's voice-of-a-watchman. We had it for a long time. All the letters closed, but I don't know. So I don't want to speculate. I don't know what happened, but we're trying to get in touch with them so we can get that straightened out, but it's no biggie. So just keep tuning in. Thank you for the viewers last night. And if you want truth, keep listening. That's all we can really say. Our motto, right, Josh, is, to prove all things. Was that 1 Corinthians 5:21, Josh?
Yep.
1 Corinthians 5.
First Thessalonians.
Right. 1 Thessalonians 5:21.
Read it.
Yeah. Okay. This is awesome. Prove. Don't just talk. Prove. Anyone can just talk out there, right?
Tony, hand me my phone.
Okay. You want your phone?
It's right there.
You should have gotten it and whatnot.
1 Thessalonians 5:21.
1 Thessalonians 5:21.
Okay. Hold on. Prove all things.
What?
No, just say things. Make up things. Twist things.
Assume all things.
I want to say something real quick, Josh. Just met a stranger. We just moved to a new place. Really, really nice people in this place where we are. Good neighbors. Really friendly neighbors. Nice neighbors. And, I don't even know this man from anywhere. And he just sensed my spirit and said, I know about some of these things that you're talking about. And, geez, you're right, Brother Pat. He called me already. He says the Christian church, they twist things. I said, they sure do. They sure do. They twist the scriptures to their own destruction. Their own destruction. Want me to read that too? Go to 2 Peter. Go to 2 Peter.
2 Peter 3:15.
2 Peter 3:15. Let's see what Peter says. Let's go by the word, not by what people say when they come up to you. What does the word say? 3:15. An account that the long suffering of our Most High is salvation. All right, Mashiach.
Hold on.
All right, we'll wait. Okay, this is good. See, we can prove all things. Everything we say on our program, we can prove it. All right, Mary? You ready? Okay. An account, consider that the long suffering of our Mashiach is salvation.
Uh-huh.
Salvation means Ishi, Yashayah, even as our beloved brother Paul also, according to wisdom given unto him, hath written unto you,
Uh-huh.
as also in all his epistles,
In all his epistles,
speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood.
so
Go ahead, Josh. What does he mean by
when you
this?
read the epistles of Paul, which are 14 with
Yeah, don't tell me.
Hebrews, some would say that even Hebrews was written by Paul. We believe that Paul wrote the book of Hebrews.
Yes, sir.
We believe Hebrews is his authorship, the way it's written.
That's his writing. Yeah, sure is. Go ahead, Josh.
But when it says there are some things hard to be understood, when you read the letters of Paul, the way he wrote, the verbiage that he wrote in certain points, when he talks about the laws of God, like the law of God, or there's certain laws being done away with, when people without understanding of what those laws actually mean, they will take that to mean the Old Testament is done away with.
Mm-hmm.
When if you understand, like in Galatians 3:21, where it talks about what does it say? Hold on. Galatians 3:21.
Galatians 3:21.
Hold no. I was going to
hold your place in Peter.
there. Yeah.
Stay in Peter, Mary. Tony. Go ahead, Josh.
Yep. Hold on. Galatians. Galatians. Galatians 3:19. My bad. Galatians 3:19 says,
Read.
"Wherefore then serveth the law? It was added because of transgressions." So the main understanding of when Paul wrote about the law, what law out of the Old Testament was put there to deal with sin or to forgive sin?
Go ahead.
The sacrificial system
That's right.
was added. If you read about it, you read about in the sacrificial system was put there to deal with the sin of the people, so they could be made right, the sin of Israel, to be made right with the Most High. So let me. Galatians 3:19. Wherefore then serves the law. It was added because of transgression, till the seed should come, which is Yashayah, or the one that people have been taught wrongly to call Jesus. should come, to whom the promise was made, and it was ordained by angels and the hand of in the hand of a mediator, because Moses mediated the original system of sacrifice, and Christ would be the final sacrifice under that. Now he is the mediator of the covenant made under him through his blood when he died and tore the temple, rent the temple in two, making a way through him to the Father instead of going through a man.
The law is not done away with.
Right. So, First, 2 Peter 3,
Okay.
and
We're on 14. All right. Okay. 16. I'm sorry.
16.
As also in all the epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood.
Are easy to be understood.
Hard to be understood.
Because unless you understand the Old Testament as it respects certain things, you'll think Paul is saying the law, the whole law is done away with, when that's not even taught by Christ.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Read.
Which they that are unlearned
Read.
and unstable wrest,
So,
twist.
people that don't know what these things mean, when they read them, they are unlearned in how to precept and break it down.
Come on.
So they retch and they twist it. Read.
As they do also the other scriptures.
So they don't only twist Paul's words, they twist Christ's words.
Come on. Unto their own blessing.
Destruction. Now go to Matthew 10, 5, and 6.
Matthew 10.
Mom. Read
your
5
time,
and
Mary.
6, Mom.
Matthew 10, 5 and 6. Take your time. So what do we have? We have a neighbor I just met. Just met him. Never saw him in my life. Accepted that he was one of the tribes of Israel. Mexican. Told me I've heard about this. That's all I had to hear. See, we know why we're here in this neighborhood. Now this ministry is going to take off in this place too. Now, Mary, we might be able to grow here, and then hopefully, maybe even rent a trailer here and have our ministry there. You know, Tony?
Yeah.
Got it.
These 12 Yashayah sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles.
So a Gentile is a person who is born outside of the lineage of the Israelites. So the Bible clearly says, Christ said out of his own mouth to his disciples not to go to the Gentiles during his lifetime. We know that Peter went to Cornelius, who was an Edomite. Now, remember, the apostles were black men.
That's right.
According to Acts 13:1, where it calls the apostles Niger or black.
Right, Josh.
So these were black men, and Christ was a black man as well, right?
Yes. Gentiles. And into the city of Samaria.
Because if you read the book of Kings, when I think it's 2 Kings 17, when Shalom carried away the northern kingdom of Israel into Assyria, and you also read about it parallels that in Ezra about when they came over here in the 7th century. But when Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, carried away the 10 tribes, Gentiles came into the northern part of Israel and dwelt there. Read.
Enter ye not.
Enter ye not, because it's not time for Israel, for those people to hear it yet. Read.
But not go rather
But
to the
do what?
go rather
But go rather, read,
to the least,
the lost.
the lost
I want to say something before I forget. Go ahead.
sheep
Go ahead.
of the house of
Now
Israel.
listen to
Of
this.
who?
Of the house of Israel.
Check this
Of
out.
all people.
Yeah, check this out.
No, the house of Israel.
Christians, watch this. Most Christians will say this to you. Well, aren't we all Jews now
No.
on the day of Pentecost? That's why, those scriptures don't matter anymore. We don't have to go to the Jews because we're the Jews. See, they always twist things. Like Josh said, like our teachers say, they'll always twist things and don't use precepts.
First of all people were
Who became a Jew at Pentecost? Well, where's that?
nobody. There were no other nations other than Israelites at Pentecost to begin with, because Pentecost is a Hebrew Israelite feast day,
That's right.
according to Leviticus 23.
What's that? That's precept. Say it again.
Huh?
Say that again.
Oh, okay. Tells you that the reason the apostles and the other people were there those were Hebrew Israelites from all the parts of the Roman Empire, keeping the feast of Pentecost.
There you go.
That was given to their ancestors.
Now, how did Josh find that out? Isaiah says, I get my understanding through precepts. Precepts upon precepts, line upon line. Here a little, there a little. There's no such thing as your Christian church has that interpretation of that scripture. That Christian church down the street has their interpretation.
Well, it is, because that's the way they're taught to interpret it.
Right. But you don't.
But in reality, there's only one.
Right. And you have to have it through precepts. Okay.
And they fight it amongst themselves. too.
Yeah.
So
They'll even leave churches in kind of. They'll say that this pastor has the right interpretations. He's more holy than your pastor. We're going to go there.
So what happens is, and there's numerous places in the Bible that says have one mind, one spirit.
Yes.
The Bible never says to have multiple understandings of one verse,
Come on.
right?
No, have multiple minds.
So, let's go to
Yeah, John.
Sirach 13
All right.
and verse
Sirach 13.
20.
I got it.
13,
Okay, I'll
20,
read this,
Sirach.
Mary. If you want me to, I'll read
13, 20.
13, 20. I got it. Josh, you got a marker? Tony, give me a marker, please. You got a marker somewhere?
Yeah.
Anybody? You got it, Tony? I think it's in that bowl, Tony, that dish.
You want to highlight them?
Yeah, a highlighter, yeah,
Right.
please.
13.
20, 13 and 20.
Hold on. Because we need to know. There's 20. All right, ready? All right, Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha 13:20.
Right.
As the proud hate humility.
So a proud man or a person with an arrogant or a lifted up spirit hates humility or being humble. Read.
So doth the rich.
So that the what?
But the poor.
So the wealthy, the elite of the earth, hate the poor.
Mm-hmm.
In this context, this is referring to the Israelites being hated by the wealthy elite who are Esau, who are their brother, and Ishmael.
A rich man.
Who is Ishmael? Ishmael is the father of the Arabic world, and Esau is the so-called the forefather of the European races. But when you read about Esau in the Bible, Esau predominantly is referring to the elite, the rulers of the earth, not all everyday white people. Read.
A rich man beginning to fall.
So a rich man,
When he starts falling.
when he falls in, like Bernie Madoff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he made off.
Yeah, he made off. Is that his name?
Bernie Madoff.
Wow.
Jewish.
Wow, look at that, man. Freaking devil.
Read, Mom.
Is held up.
So when a wealthy man or a person of the elite falls, he's held up by people.
That's right.
By his friends.
So everybody wants to be his friend and help and talk good about him when everyone knows he's guilty and he's a stealer. Think about it. Bernie Madoff stole money and he got away with it.
Hey, no, I want to say something. This is awesome, John. I called ViStar Bank and spoke to them about interest and trying to get money back after we paid a loan off. And they said, well, there's nothing we can do about it, because Bernie Madoff and all those people, they rule what?
They ruined
Aren't those the people that stole from thousands? Well, they're still in control. That's just what you tell them. The banker. I said, how nice. So it's okay that they stole from people because you have to listen to them because you follow the elite. But it's okay they stole from people.
Read.
Go ahead.
But a poor man being down is thrust also away by his friends.
So when the poor man falls, the Israelite man falls into trouble because his system is against him, everyone wants to blame him for the trouble that he commits because the system is organized to make him commit it.
When a rich man is fallen, he has many helpers.
So when a rich man
Come on.
falleth, verse 22, read.
For he speaketh things not to be.
When a rich man, no, keep reading. No, verse 22.
When a rich man is,
That's what I'm reading. 22.
again, Mary,
When a rich man is fallen, he has many friends,
helpers.
friends. Same thing. He speaketh things not to be spoken,
So he speaks lies.
Right.
and yet men justify him.
And they
So,
justify
yet-
him.
People, when for example, a president gets up and lies to you, and you uphold his lie, you vote for him. You support his lies. Read.
Well, that's good.
Or
The Israelite man. Read.
slip it, and yet they rebuke him too.
So when the righteous or the Israelite man falls, and when the system is programmed to make him fall, you rebuke him.
He spake wisely and could have no place.
They didn't want to listen.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's unfair. I mean, we're in this condition, and it's set up against us, and no one wants to hear it. Read.
23.
Every man holdeth,
When a rich man, oh yeah, go ahead.
every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. Wow. They enstral it to the clouds.
Start the verse over. Verse 23.
When a rich man speaketh,
So when the wealthy stand up and speak, read, or the elite, read,
and speaketh, holdeth,
or like you're from Africa, you're African American, you're Latino. When they tell you something, read.
his tongue, and look what he saith.
Everyone stands up straight and listens, as if it's God speaking.
Right, that's right.
Extol
Well, they said we're Latino, so we're Latino.
it to the clouds.
Oh, now we're gonna live our lives because they said we're something, and we're gonna follow the program they give us.
But if the poor
But if the Israelites say something,
man speak,
and he says, "What? I'm a Hebrew." No, I'm not what you call me. Read. I'm an Israelite.
they say, what fellow is,
Who are you to say? Who are you to say? Speak against our leader.
and if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him.
So they want to see you fail.
Sure.
Read. No, wait. You see that?
Yeah.
Now let's get into the lesson. That was a foundation. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 36. We're in our 6th installment here on the Sabbath of explaining to you the curses of Deuteronomy 28. And of course, you can get spiritual power over these curses, but you can't physically overcome these curses.
It's true.
Because only Christ is going to deliver you from this. So by acknowledging that you're not Hispanic or
Elevate you
spiritually
to a place spiritually where, wow, belong somewhere. I'm not a lost
but
nation.
physically,
Right.
until Christ comes
That's
back.
it. The curses are there. Look at sports. Just look at sports. Even high school. Look at all our Afro-American brothers, all hurt. All injuries, all knee injuries.
36, Dad.
Okay. 38, 28, 36.
28 and 36.
All right, ready? Okay, let me find it. I got 30. It's on the next page. Okay, hold on. All right, 36. The Most High shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Uh-huh.
And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood, the rugged old filthy cross, the Roman cross, and stone, the Mecca stone.
So stop. This is again, I'll be reading some comments from the Hebrews to Negroes. You should get this book. The children of Israel and slaves in African deserts served many gods and worshiped many religions in the lands that they were brought to in ancient times. Moloch, Ishtar, Baal, Miltis, Rimphram, Dagon, Horus, Heru, and today Islam, Hindu, Buddhism, Roman Catholicism, Protestantism, Baptist,
Come on.
Jehovah's Witness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before I keep reading, and we're gonna keep breaking this down because there's a lot of information in this book that we can explain, and there's a lot of good understanding that is here to help you understand what is Deuteronomy 28 really meaning when it refers to the curses. So we see that Israel was destroyed, physically stripped in slavery, and spiritually destroyed by Christianity.
That's right.
Now, Christianity,
Speak it, Josh.
I'm gonna keep reading it more, and Mormonism as well. But go to Matthew 24, 4 and 5. Hold your place in Deuteronomy, and then I'm going to continue reading. And I'll tell you when I want the next verse.
I'll read this, Mary. 24 and 5.
Okay, man.
Matthew 24.
You ready?
And 5.
Okay, we have it?
Yeah.
Mary?
Uh-huh.
Mary.
Yeah.
All right, babe. For many shall come in my name, saying, this is the religion, saying,
24 and 4.
I am Christ, and shall deceive many. No, shall bless many.
24 and 4.
5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall, just stop. Stop there. Stop.
So,
Well, take heed that no man shall deceive you. Is that what you want me to read,
Or-
Mary?
yeah.
And Yashayah said and answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Yeah, my bad.
So, the Messiah told us to take heed that no man shall deceive you, because men will come along with the Bible with an interpretation slant on how they want to teach it to you and deceive you with the interpretation they were taught.
Twist. That's right.
So, and what religion is doing this in the earth? Because what religion uses the Bible in Christ's name, or Christ, the name Christ,
Go
or
ahead.
anointed, to teach people?
Yeah.
Christianity. Back to Deuteronomy,
Back to Deuteronomy.
and I'll continue reading.
All right.
Prior to Babylonian
Next verse is
Pharisaic
37.
Judaism, Roman Catholicism, and Christianity and Islam, the Hebrew Israelites did not carry. Now listen to this. This is very key for everyone to understand. Now ask my dad if he wants to read some of this, he can. Now I'll read it. Now listen, this is very key, and I'll start
Want me to
this
read so
over.
you can expound, Josh?
No,
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
Prior to Babylonian Pharisaic Judaism, Roman Catholicism, or the Catholic Church, Christianity, and Islam, the Hebrew Israelites, or the so-called blacks and Hispanics, did not carry wooden crosses.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Wait a minute. So, well, you were in Africa, you weren't carrying around no cross or no Kaaba stone. Wait a minute. So, that's heavy, because that proves that that was given to you somewhere else. That wasn't native to you. That wasn't something that you were born into. That was something you were made into. Right?
Actually forced on. That's right. Forced upon you.
Did not carry wooden crosses or wear blue hexagram stars, the Star of David.
You know what? I can't say bothers me, Josh, but you know what irks me? When I see our Afro-American brothers with a big yellow golden cross on their chest, just like the Catholic Church.
Uh-huh.
And it's death. You're carrying death on you.
Or
Death,
pray.
a dead religion.
Or pray to a black cut stone in Mecca.
Yeah.
Before the Catholic Church under the Roman Empire and Constantine would declare Christianity the religion of Rome and spread missionaries into Africa, the Hebrew Israelites living in Africa were still practicing the laws of the Torah, biblical Judaism,
Come on.
the law of Moses. So prior to the white man coming into Africa with his religion, you knew nothing about Jesus. You knew nothing about Sunday worship or pork.
That's right.
Because you had your laws, your holy days, your dietary system. You weren't eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, pork. There's even people who eat pig's feet. They pickle a pig's foot and eat it.
When the Most
Right.
High says that's unclean, it's unclean, man.
So it would stand to reason that you weren't erecting an evergreen tree and worshiping it like Christmas, right? Since that's a Roman Catholic holiday
Mm-hmm.
or a Christian holiday. Then it would stand to reason that nothing you do nowadays you were doing while you were sojourning in Africa,
That's right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
That's the easiest way I can explain that. I mean, it would take 500 years after the fall of the Second Temple in Jerusalem for another monotheistic religion to be born. The religion called Islam, formed by the Prophet Muhammad, was based on the Hebrew Torah, the 5 books of the Old Testament. So it's a proven historical fact that the Islamic religion of Islam was not some divine book that was given to Muhammad. Muhammad plagiarized the Bible to start Islam.
He sure did. He got almost all his teachings right from the
And if
from the
you
Hebrews.
get the book, say something right fast.
All right.
Read. You want to read some of it?
Yeah.
Nah.
And we're going to go back to 37 in Deuteronomy. That's the next verse, okay?
Yeah, that is the next verse.
All right. Want me to hold off? I'll wait for you, Josh.
If you get the book
Go ahead.
Babylon to Timbuktu, you
It's
can
all in
read
there.
the history of Islam, about some of the history of Islam in this book. I got it. In around 630 AD, the invasion, colonization, and slavery the Arabs then brought Islam to Africa. The overwhelming pressure of being outnumbered in their land, the Arab Muslim and Arab black Moors, the Israelites adopted Islam. The Israelites adopted or were converted by force by Islam. So you black Muslims following Louis Farrakhan, that is not your faith. That was a captive religion, just like Christianity.
That's right. That's right.
Forced into it.
Forced.
Right. You adopted it. You were not. That was not your birthright.
Good, Josh.
See, we don't know what a birthright is in America, not more, because a lot of parents don't really use that word when
That's right.
when they die. They don't give birthrights anymore. A birthright is something the son of the father would receive as an inheritance. That would not only for him, but his future generations would benefit from the inheritance of the father.
Because that would be your heritage. That's your birthright is your heritage, who you are, where you came from, you know, who you really are inside.
The Israelites adopted Islam, praying to the black stone in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, placed on the eastern coordinates of the 40-foot stone cube building called Kaaba, the Kaaba stone.
The Kaaba,
Almost
the Kaaba.
a millennium later, the African slaves were introduced to European white-inspired Christianity with the complete Holy Bible, Old and New Testament, modified by the Roman Catholic Church. European Christianity brought the teachings of worship of Sunday. What? The European Christianity brought the teachings of Sunday worship, worshiping on Sunday, using the wooden cross as a symbol of Christianity, and believing in an image of a white man with blue eyes as the Messiah.
Wow. There it is.
So show them the Bible, the 1611.
Okay.
This is why a certain 14 books are not included, containing Old Testament, Apocrypha, and New Testament. Why is the Apocrypha not in the Bible? Because it says of Osher, the history.
What does that say? That's King James.
Right?
This is the only
can-
Bible you should be reading. If you're reading that NIV, toss it.
So, symbol of Christianity. They taught that our black skin was a curse.
Wow.
So the Christian religion teaches, and still has it in their doctrines. They don't come out and teach it no more because black people wouldn't go to Christianity but historically Christianity teaches that black people are cursed because they have black skin. Look it up, racism in Christianity. It's all throughout all the major Christian denominations teach that, have taught that, and believe that. They just don't come out and say it anymore because they have to keep their black people enslaved under their religion.
That's right.
So, and that from the curse, we were destined by God to be slaves. So, because
there's a dilemma, Josh. There's the curse on them. Not just the curse. There's that what do you call it? That lock and key on them, so to speak. Even when I meet people from Haiti, they have a hard time understanding that they're Levite. But the Holy Spirit will break through to many of them. Many of them.
This is good tonight on the Sabbath. This is what the teaching is. You're supposed to come somewhere, sit and get comfortable and learn.
I want to say something. Where do you learn from people yelling in the pulpit? How do you learn?
Even when that's not happening, what are you learning?
What are you learning? You're still not learning.
Oh, you're learning about love? You're being taught that for hundreds of years.
Love everybody.
And a little song and dance.
That's it. And you're out the door eating pork. Pass the pork chop.
Preacher pork chop, man. Pass the pork chop.
It's a shame. Our people are perishing for a lack of understanding and wisdom and knowledge.
So they taught that slavery was destined. Christianity taught black people that slavery was destined by God because of their skin.
Wow. And we even heard that just the other night on that movie Roots. We don't really like to watch it because we know it's about Muslims. It's not about the.
It's not about Muslims.
No, it's about the children of Israel, but they portray Muslims. Kuta Kinte. He's African. They never say he's Hebrew.
Well, of course they're not going to say that.
Right. But I'm saying with the people. Yeah.
The Jewish control.
Right. When the people watch it in America, they think. Some of them think it's African American, and some think it's Muslim.
Because if they display
right, if they told the truth,
like slightly something close to the truth, like
right.
These people were conquered by Islam, and if they said that in the movie and they had an outline of it, well, black people in Africa were conquered by Islam and were given the Islamic religion by Arabs. So if they said that in the movie,
right,
then the question would come in people's mind, well, what were these people prior to being introduced to Islam?
Right. There you
so
go.
They can't put historical facts in there because that makes adult thinking happen.
All movies that are supposed to portray black people are always distorted by
the Jewish people.
By the Jewish people.
The Jewish people who run the movies.
So that's why it's confusion when Afro-Americans see these movies.
And by Jewish people, I don't mean everyday Jewish people. I mean the Jewish elite.
Not the Hebrews. Not the real Hebrews.
So, just like in the movie 12 Years a Slave, European Caucasian slave masters preached the word to black slaves on Sunday and then raped black females on Monday. The slaves were forced to learn the Bible and its teachings, never questioning what they were told, or they would be shown the image of God. The European used the Christian religion with their added twists to help control slaves.
So Christianity is a slave religion.
And it's fact. That's not race.
It's not
we're not bringing this to effect or to
right.
we are trying to help you to understand
That's right.
why they show you these movies,
That's
why
right. That's right.
why that you're still being shot down in the streets and brutalized by the cops, why the civil rights movement actually happened.
You don't want to
the
hear a lot of
suffering.
this. You don't want to hear the truth because your pastors are not going to tell you what we're telling
Now,
you.
prior to here's something that prior to what they call the civil rights movement,
Right.
the church system wasn't as religious as it was today. It was much more spiritual in a sense of people actually read the Bible instead of just listening to a person. So people like Malcolm X and although he was caught up, indoctrinated, and imprisoned by Islam,
Right.
and Martin Luther King, Martin Luther King Jr., a lot of people don't understand about Martin Luther King. His father, Martin Luther King Sr., knew that he was an Israelite.
Wow.
If you look it up. It's on. I found that out by listening to someone looking that up on YouTube.
Research.
Martin Luther King's father knew that he was a Hebrew Israelite, and he was in a movement called the Commandment Keepers.
Wow. Awesome. Wow.
So Martin Luther King knew who he was. Now, whether or not what actually made him be killed, we don't know. Maybe he was going to start teaching the truth because he was still in contact with his father, and maybe
I believe that.
maybe just like Malcolm,
Mm-hmm.
they killed him because they didn't want what they knew he knew to come out.
He started really finding out, or started to really speculate that he was a Hebrew. Can you imagine if he reached the whole Muslim world and they would have listened to him? But their own kind.
Well, not Muslim, black Israelites.
Yeah, black Israelites. Right.
Who were brainwashed into Islam.
Right, because his own kind killed him.
So now listen to this quote, and again, this is what the Sabbath and the Spirit is bringing out. We have to understand, and we're gonna read a couple more scriptures in Deuteronomy 28. We're gonna take our time, and again, this is a series we're bringing out of Deuteronomy 28. This is part 6.
Okay.
How many more parts we're gonna do? I don't know. As much as it takes us to break this down so you can understand it.
Right.
So let me read this because this is important. For black people to believe in the same God that allowed them to be enslaved shows their level of intelligence. We are living in an age of information. We are still believers. It makes no sense. We gave blacks Christianity because, well, listen to this. This is from a white man. Listen to this. This is from
Okay, Josh, I'm gonna make tea. There you want tea? All right.
now listen to this. Listen to why you were given the religion of Christianity, black people. We gave, not the Bible gave, the white man, the white man gave blacks Christianity because it made them better slaves.
Wow.
Wait a minute. So the white man, now listen to this.
That's good, Josh.
You were given the Bible because it would make you a better, more docile, loving, compassionate slave towards your oppressor, without being taught that you were supposed to run away from your oppressor and try to not be a slave, according to the Bible. Everyone, even my great-grandfather told me, men made my dad that blacks accepting Christianity, that blacks who accepted Christianity was the best thing that ever happened to white slaves. The fear of hell and the promise of everlasting life was what finally kept the slaves from rebelling and running away. LOL.
Wow.
And nowadays, black people still praising and the very imagery of a white guy who allowed them to be enslaved in the first place. Shouting and dancing with their wigs falling off in church. I'm no racist, but we have to admit that black Christian women are so funny, some funny people. Only whites who believe in Christianity are the descendants of poor whites from those days. The rich whites don't believe in that crap because they know what it is being used for, control over slaves and poor whites. So mainly, now listen to this, everybody.
This is great, Josh. Go ahead.
The Christian religion was predominantly aimed towards the Israelites, but now, why not destroy all other white people with it? We destroy Israel with it. Now let's turn it on our own.
Wow.
So the elite don't care who they destroy, right?
That's right. Come on, Josh.
Okay.
Mom, hold. I want you to read 37 in a minute, but I'll tell you when. I have one more line I want to read, then I'm gonna ask my mom to read verse 37, if you will. Now, this person is clearly anti-Christian, but nevertheless, it shows that the European twist of Christianity was used to control the slaves, not to save them or teach them the truth, to control the slave, and also to justify black people as being cursed people, especially the story of Canaan, as it was used to make us believe that the Gentiles, also the Caucasians, it was used to make us believe in the white Jesus Christ and adopt the belief in the children of Israel were white. That's heavy. That's the facts of it. You can't refute history. The elite, the people that found Christianity don't believe in it. The only people who believe in it are the unlearned, because the people at the top who invented this, who built the society on Christianity, they don't believe in it. Because let me read that line again. Actually, I'm gonna ask my dad to read this right fast. Then I want you to read this line.
All right.
That line and that. Then Mom's gonna read 37.
All right. What line? All this?
The only whites.
Right. The only whites who believe in Christianity are the descendants of poor whites from those days.
So, like us, like my dad, they were born in poverty, and he went to David Wilkerson's church. He was deceived by the Pentecostal version of Christian interpretation of the Bible. Continue.
The rich whites didn't believe in.
Wait, the what?
The rich whites.
So the ones with the power didn't believe in the doctrine they gave
in
people.
that crap because they knew what it was.
They did not believe in that crap because they knew
what it
that
was.
The Bible was not being taught to the people the right way.
Being used for control over the slaves.
Control over the what?
Control over the slaves.
To save the slave.
Control.
Redeem.
Control.
Save.
Control.
Read.
And the poor whites.
Wow. So they don't care who they lie to with their Christian religion.
No, they sure don't.
Now read fact.
Fact. European Freemasons.
European what?
Freemasons.
What is a Freemason? A Freemason is another word for a Satanist or a devil worshiper. Read.
York Rite and Scottish Rite never intended to allow black members ever.
So they didn't want you part of their cabal. Read.
That's why blacks created their own grand lodge called the Prince Hall, Freemasons. All Al Sharpton.
Who?
Wow. Al Sharpton.
Who? Al Sharpton, who is a respected Christian minister.
Come on.
Oh, civil rights. Let's go march with Al Sharpton for fair treatment by the white man.
What a hoax. Jesse Jackson.
Who?
Jesse Jackson.
Jesse Jackson is another devil. Read.
Alex Haley.
Who? Now, Alex Haley. We all know Alex Haley because he wrote the book Roots. So he was paid off by the white Jewish people to lie and not put any actual history in that movie.
Alex Haley.
Well, how did he display as these people running around in Africa naked with loincloths around them, no civilization? So they had to be enslaved and be civilized by the white man.
Wow.
So that justified it to them.
Wow.
Read.
Alex Haley and civil rights activist Medgar Evers are well-known famous Prince Hall Masons.
Read.
Medgar Evers, however, was still not equal to his white Freemason brothers because he was gunned down, shot in the back, and murdered in Jackson, Mississippi on June 12, 1963 by Klansmen. Freemason and Shriner Byron de la Beckwith racism in Freemasonry was made clear by famous Grandmaster 33-degree Scottish Rite Freemason Albert Pike. White Europeans started the Catholic Church.
What?
White Europeans.
Edomites started the what?
Started the Catholic Church. Greek Frantermites, the Freemasons, the Jesuits.
The what?
The Jesuits.
Read.
And the Illuminati. Despite this, most blacks are members of organizations or religions founded and shaped by old-time racist European Freemasons, Albert Pike once quoted. Wow.
So
you got to get this book, man. You got to get this book.
We're going to read a couple more verses, then we'll close for the night. Read
37, Mary.
37. Wait, I want to make a comment before Mom.
You're right, Mary.
Before Mom reads that.
Right.
If you allow me to make this comment.
Go ahead.
We thank the Most High for the Spirit that is bringing out this vital information, because only the Spirit can lead, and you have to follow the Holy Spirit, the true Spirit, not a frantic spirit that makes you psychobabble some stuff that you believe is spiritual because you've been taught to interpret that speaking in tongues garbage.
Yeah, jumping around.
And thou shalt become a
astonishment,
a proverb, and a byword among all nations.
Wow.
Whether the Most High shall.
Stop.
I want to expound on that.
Hold on.
Byword.
Hold on.
Speak.
The definition of a proverb is a byword is defined: a word or phrase associated with a person or thing, i.e., nigger or coon.
Wow.
So, in other words, they called you black. They started calling you nigger, then they called you black, then they called you colored, then they called you coon, then they called you African American. So what are you? They called you spick, wetback, beaner, or Mexican American.
Greaser.
Right.
Those are all bywords. Those are all words.
So what are you?
Yeah.
With all those. How are you an African American when Africa and America are two different continents founded by white men, renamed after white men?
Yeah. Something.
What sense is that? The second definition of a proverb is other proverbs or bywords are kafir, monkey, negro, or tar baby. A word or phrase that is used proverbially, an object or general of general reproach, derision, or scorn. So what people are more scorned and derision than the Israelites in this nation, right? That's how you know this is talking about them. Again,
Somebody's coming in with tar in their shoes, Mary.
That's not me.
Right, go ahead, Josh.
in America, it is very clear that despite being brought here by force, we are still not given the respect that we are viewed as human beings in America. Our descendants are the victim of constant taunting and shame. We are portrayed on TV by white actors in black faces, or as if we are animals. When the black Israelite slaves were stolen from Africa, they did not call us by our real names. They did not let us know that we are the descendants of Hebrew Israelites or Arab or white Jewish slave masters. Made sure that our names became it had the link to our heritage. We were given Arab and European names. Wow. When the slave masters died off, our entire heritage was lost.
Wow.
And from that, we were brought from stretch. Okay, hold on. They called us African Americans, Negroes, Ebos, Hebos, niggers, jungle bunnies, Sambo, darky, tar baby, coon, monkey, undesirables, boy, jigaboo. Wow.
It's a shame, Josh. It really is.
It's a shame, it is.
So, Deuteronomy.
What's all this black stuff on the floor? Okay, Josh.
Mom?
38.
No, we're going to skip to verse 41, 43 and 44.
43. The stranger that is within the
gates.
within thee shall get up above thee
Very high.
very high, and thou shalt come very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
See that? So, blacks borrow money from every other race, and we primarily work for every other race because we don't own anything. We always subject to working to other races, other people, who in most cases are not our own people, because we have no capital or black organization, black capital bank we set up for blacks. We have to rely on borrowing money from financial institutions that are owned by non-black races. This means we also have to get credit from non-black financial institutions. Jewish people have tons of Jewish organizations and funds worldwide that set up Jewish donations. Jewish families send money to organizations that in turn send money to other Jewish people. Some are distant relatives. By doing this, Jews have to set up an economy within an economy. there are roughly 44 million black Israelites in America, in the United States. In every black person in America donated $1,000 for a black African-owned fund or bank, we would have $40 billion to use for the advancement of black people in America.
That's right.
So
Read that again, John. That's good.
if
So where's
if
the NFL
every black
helping?
person in America donated $1,000 for a black African American owned fund or bank, we would have $40 billion to use for the advancement of black people in America. We would have this money could be used to set up statewide black banks that can issue loans with little or no interest to help the major development and projects, schools, housing, businesses, property, farming industries, agriculture, and etc. That can be used to better the lives of every African American in America. Then we can begin to establish our own economy within an economy. So, but that won't happen because when they have a divided people, you can never come together and establish that because you think you're so different from the other man when you're the same. So in this world, that will never happen, right?
That's right. I'll be right there, Josh. I'm going to close with you.
The Jews, Arabs, Indians, Europeans, white Americans also know this about that is the white America feared when Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves and when Marcus Garvey proceeded that all black people return to Africa. It is not for the reason white Americans dropped the idea of letting blacks go back to Africa. So while we are in white America dropped the idea of America, the powers that be will never allow black to unify, Israelites to unify and become independent of their system using our
What a mess, huh?
So the elite will never allow you to have your own something for yourself, your own housing, your own money, your own banks, your own school system, hospitals, stores, your own everything. It's more profitable for you to work for them. Hold on.
Go ahead, Josh. Hold on. There's no excuse for this. The floor being dirty like that in the kitchen. None. Gotta be swept every day. Yeah.
America needs blacks to be the workers, servants, and labor force for all the major companies and businesses we see around us. America needs blacks in sports and entertainment to make them billions of dollars. They don't want us to take back the control and start making our own $1 billion. However, since we have given work for ourselves, given up working for ourselves to work for others, we have voluntarily entered ourselves into another form of slavery. We borrow money from other races in the forms of high interest loans, credit cards, pawn shops, payday advances, because we have no money to even lend to each other. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. This is very real. Segregation found that we are taught we could make it without the help of the white America, ex-Black Wall Street. So basically, one more precept before we close. Let's all turn in the Bible to Sirach. Go to Sirach. I'll have to.
Ezra, right?
Right.
Oh, Ecclesiastes.
Chapter.
Sirach 38, 34. Sirach 38, 34.
You got to leave your shoes outside. There's tar all over the kitchen floor. I can't get it up.
34.
That was the,
All right, was there, Mary? Oh, I didn't know. I never noticed it. Okay. All right.
Sirach 38,
Sorry.
34. Dad.
Sirach 38, 34. Okay, I got this, guys.
Ecclesiasticus 38 and 34.
Okay, ready? I got 24. And I got 34. Ready? Okay, we have it. Say praise him if they have
Don't
it.
understand.
Mary?
You have it yet? 38. The last scripture, 34.
But they will maintain the state of the world.
But they will have their own life. 38.
But they will maintain the state of the world.
So in this world, Israelites, the children of Israel, the so-called Black and Hispanic man, will be used to be the low-wage servant and slave to maintain the life of the elite.
And all their desire is in the work of their craft.
So they'll be programmed
Wow.
to chase and perform the craft that the oppressor has set up for them to go into.
Watch this. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients.
Stop.
And be occupied in prophecies. Wow, that's good. I like that, Josh. Wow, that's great. I like this when he will keep the sayings of the renowned men. That's good. And more subtle parables of it. And he will be there also. I like that, John. It's good, really. I gotta keep this my place now.
So again, we thank the Most High Ahayah for another lesson, hopefully to awaken more of his people before the end comes. Keep the commandments and live, the Bible says.
Awesome, brother.
The Bible says that, for this is the whole conclusion of the matter. Fear God and keep the commandments, for this is the entire duty of man. So the whole sum of the reason that we were created as mankind was to keep the laws of God, not to break them or not to be taught to break them by a man or a man-made system of religion. So we do thank you. We say all praises to Ahayah, bahashem Yashayah, Barak, Kudash. And we say, Hero Israel, the Most High, our power is one. And Shalom.
Shalom.